in the last hour, the confirmation that Kevin De Bruyne is going to be out for up to 6 weeks. How much of a blow is that, especially given the fact he will now definitely miss the Manchester derby?
It's not about the Manchester derby. So Manchester derby 3 points, like Southampton 3 points. So Manchester derby will not be a final. Will be another game, and a blow up for the fact that he was out. Kevin was out 2 months and a half, and again and we are sad for him. So nobody likes to be injured players, and when you come back, and yesterday come back, but always when you come back after 2 months and a half, you cannot expect, okay, in one day will be the player like we know he is. He needs time, to settle, to take the rhythm, the pace, for everything. And yesterday he came back and many things, but it's what it is. So be close to him, and unfortunately he's injured, but fortunately, okay, it's not surgery, and in between 4 or 6 weeks, the doctor says he will come back.
Could the injury have been avoided last night? Were you tempted at any point to bring him off before he got hurt? Did that go through your head?
Avoided for what?
Could the injury have been avoided? Were you tempted at any point, just wondering while the game was going on, you were 2-0 up, to bring him off before he got hurt?
But I don't know. Football is football. So football is a dynamic game with a lot of contact, and sometimes happen.
You said last night after the game that you hoped that Brahim Diaz would stay. He said he wanted to stay, and you mentioned that it was kind of down to the family and the agent and that kind of thing. Can you just clarify, is there a contract offer on the table for him? Have you spoken about that?
We want him, yeah. In the fact for the table, I don't know, because I'm not involved in that. So when I spoke with the sport director Chiqui, so we speak about that player, what is our idea. We share our ideas. Sometimes we are agree, sometimes not. And after that, I am spur out, I disappear, and they make the process. So really, I don't know. The fact is that we want him, like happened with Tosin in the past, Lucas Nemecha, like Phil Foden. With all the young players, we believe they have perspective. We want to stay for longer, because of course when they have 17, 18, 19 years old, they are not already a football player, already done. So we want to have them, but at the end, so the case with Jadon Sancho, we want him, but doesn't want to stay. What can we do? Nothing. So good luck and all the best.
Is that one of the biggest challenges then? You have that talent coming through this state-of-the-art academy, and potentially other big clubs in Europe can come in and take them away before you're able to give them the game time that you'd like.
Well, it's a market, is what it is. Sometimes Manchester City and all the clubs, we go in other clubs and we buy players. So it's what it is. So we try to take care of them. We try to give them the best education possible and the best facilities and a good environment. And we try to do everything, but at the end, it's both sides want to, do that. Sometimes the club doesn't want to continue to play, but we believe they are not good perspective enough to, to go through or go another step. So we are clear with all the guys, and after that, the agents, the fathers, the mothers, the handle situations also are influenced from that, and sometimes it's possible, sometimes not. But we don't have regret like a club. The fact we want to do everything to do that. But of course, there are the big teams in Europe who wants the big talents, and we can accept that deal.
But Simon Stone, BBC. Aymeric Laporte, you paid a huge amount of money for someone who wasn't a full international. How would you say that he has adapted to life in England? He's not lost a game when he started in the Premier League.
Well, first of all, his quality, his mentality. He's a guy who want to learn. He have a self-personality. They have enough point of arrogance, who is so important. It's beneath it to play in the high level. And he didn't play the World Cup. That was first refresh mentally, physicality to play. In the international break, he's not selected in the French national team. That's why he's refreshed again, and he's playing a high level. That is what it is. So he's a young player. So, and we are so satisfied the level he showed so far.
Sometimes people think that it's difficult for players to come in from Europe and play in central defence in the Premier League because it's so physical, but he doesn't seem to have a problem.
But he's strong, huh? Oh, he's physical too. He's not a young guy, like he's skinny or small, so he's a strong guy. And of course he needed some period to adapt, but not too much. We cannot forget it, with that guy with the 17, 18-year-old playing in Bilbao, more than 100 games, and playing against every weekend against players like Messi, like Cristiano Ronaldo, like Neymar, like these kind of guys. And that helps, to understand. Go to Nou Camp, Bernabeu, 1,000 people there watching you play finals, the Europa League or Cups. So it was already in his body, in his mind. So that's why he's adapt was quicker.
Hola Pep, Enric Gil, Catalunya Ràdio. This beginning of the season has been tough also for Girona, that the Catalan team that has had a lot of injuries. Do you think there is any possibility that in the transfer winter market can go another Manchester City player there?
I don't know. Maybe. We do have a good relation with them, but depends of the both clubs, depends of the players, and maybe. So, but really, now I didn't think about that.
Hi Pep, I'm Jamie Jackson from The Guardian. I know that this is a different knee that Kevin's injured to, the previous 2 times actually, but is there any concern it's related because maybe he was favouring this part of his body that players can naturally do when they've had a serious injury? And also, second part of the question, please, how confident are you that, without him, to the next maybe 5 or 6 weeks, you have the squad to sort of still go on and do well in all the competitions?
Well, this kind of interesting is unlucky. So I think he's so strong and he recovers so well. For the previous injury, this one, it was more than 2 months and a half injured. It was more dangerous than this one. So I think he will recover well because we have an excellent department and it's going well. And hopefully, I think he's unlucky. So I'm more concerned about when muscular again, in the same muscular again. That is I'm more concerned. But with a trauma, at the end is, I think at the end is unlucky. That situations. I would say we are a stronger team with Kevin than without him. But we have to live without him. So, and what we want to do is to be there when he's going to come back. That is when we can do.
Hi Pep, Martin Blackburn from The Sun. There's been more reports in Spain about a possible bid for Messi from Manchester City. Is there any truth in that at all?
I said many times since I am here. When I left Barcelona and I went to Bayern Munich and now in Manchester City, never asked Lionel Messi to come to join Bayern Munich or here when I was manager. I never went to the clubs, both clubs, and said I want this player. Never. So because I know how important is this guy for FC Barcelona. Myself never spoke with the clubs, Bayern Munich inside, to say, I never make the first step to say I want this player. Never. I will never do that. I said 1,000 times about that.
Any more for the embargo?
Hi Pep, Paul Hurst from The Times. It's the second knee injury that Kevin's had in the space of 3 months. Can you just describe what he's feeling like at the moment after that?
Yesterday was so sad when I didn't see him after the game, but the doctor said he was so sad. Today was a less sad, and the next day will be strong again. He can spend this time with the new boy and his family, and after international break, 2 or 3 more games, and after he'll be back. So hopefully we can be in the 80 finals for the Champions League when coming back and stay up there in the Premier League. And then maybe that is going to help us in the last part of the season. He will be fresh in his mind and his body and help us to achieve our targets.
I know he doesn't need surgery, but is he going to Dr. Cugat to have treatment?
Yeah, he will be treated with Dr. Cugat. Important is, it's not need surgery, and he'll be busy with the guys that are here. So The most important thing right now is he's in a really good hands to help to this problem that he had yesterday.
Ask a couple of guys for the
Hi Pep, Andy Hampson from the Press Association. Could I just ask you your thoughts on Southampton, please, and what would you expect from them this weekend?
Always when I see Southampton, the players that we have, always a little bit surprised the position that he have. It's not, I think, it's not the quality the players they have in the position normally. So I'm impressed with the quality they have in front, especially strong, especially in the middle with Romeo, with many players, Patrick Højbjerg, and so they have a huge talent players. So last season we suffered a lot, both with Pellegrino first and after with Mark Hughes. They play 5 in the back, 4 in the middle, so deep, and it was so physicality, and was so complicated to beat them. So the last game, okay, we were champion. The game we make 100 points, but here especially was so complicated. And I guess this kind of game, we have to be sharp, move well in the smaller spaces, and clever, and concede few in the set pieces because they are strong too. So that is the game, I guess. So just 3 games for regeneration, and they had 1 week to prepare our game. So it will be a tough game. So, and the Premier League now, they show the big contenders miss the last few points. So they miss not too much points. So that's why we have to be ready to get that points.
Hello Pep, Stuart Brennan, Manchester Evening News. Can I give Andy a day off and ask how Gundogan and Otamendi are, please?
How did they do that? Gundo is training with the team, but still is before the game against Fulham in the Carabao Cup. He told me I'm much better, but still I didn't feel comfortable 100%. So that's why I didn't play. And the other player, sorry, Stuart. Nico still has a little bit problem in the tendon, and today didn't train. I think he will not be able to play next game. But Nico is a surprise guy because he's so strong, a good mentality, and he plays a lot of times with Spain. So maybe tomorrow comes and says I'm ready. So, but fortunately, except in that case, Kevin, the other in these few things, the other are fit.
Okay, guys, embargo please for 10:30 on Saturday.